years ago?
What the liability of the city is with regard to
No, we had,
city
I don't know what you're talking about, Mayor, I really don't. I stand here, I have no idea what you're talking about relative to previous issues that DEC's had with our lift system.
I'll have him get in touch with you, Bill, and he can
I
send
am
you the
talking with
information.
DEC. I've sent him correspondence, we're corresponding back and forth, we are working together. But someone is trying, obviously, to upset the whole apple cart here.
And who would that be, Bill?
Well, I'm not sure you best to answer that
Simply
question.
asking you the question.
Every correspondence between DEC that we received, you got copies of it. Every correspondence and information that we put together, you got copies of it. You got all the information of the report that the remediation company is doing for us. You got all their documents. So all the questions you asked here tonight has been directed to you in writing. You've got them all.
Get a copy of the report. I'll call the gentleman tomorrow. I'll ask him to send you a copy of the report that was made of the previous spill.
What does that accomplish?
Again, I don't know why this was brought up yesterday.
Why are you trying to hide from the public? Why are you trying to hide this from the public?
Who's hiding anything from the public?
I've been at the job for 6 years, Mayor. And this is the first instance that I'm aware of we've had trouble with any spill or remediation project relative to that.
I'll get you the information, Bill. I will have to send you a copy of the report.
Now, if you're referring to a past a number of years ago where we had an oil tank in the ground over there that we had to remediate many, many years ago, I think there was an issue relative to that. That was not the lift system.
I don't know. I can tell you that this gentleman, whose name is on the letter that was sent, told me that there... Okay, if you want to interrupt me, Bill, I am telling you, there was another report, a hotline call into DEC with regard to a spill. This is what he told me. I can get you his name tomorrow. His name is on the letter. I called him directly. If you want me to get you a copy of the report, I'm sure he would be happy to send you a copy of the report, given that it was the city that made the report.
It was I'm just going along with what you're suggesting, Mayor, but I assume the case must have been closed.
I don't know.
Well,
I don't know, Bill, whether or not the case was closed.
Well, they do have a way of working these problems out and bringing them to closure.
Fine.
This is the first in all my years here in serving as the director of hearing about this particular problem. No one from DEC has ever corresponded with me or anyone else in the department relative to what you're suggesting. That's right.
I can only tell you what I was told, and I will call the man tomorrow and ask him to send you a report.
I'm just looking for cooperation here from the city council to try to resolve an issue. I'm not looking to bring up old issues that have obviously been long taken care of. I'm looking to take care of issues today and resolve problems. Now, for some reason, you're focusing on some issue that you've got some information on that you're not quite sure about, and I don't know what is that all about? What are we doing?
At the last meeting, Bill, I asked you what was the amount of the spill. You told me 55 gallons was the spill amount. In the documentation that we got, it showed that 55 gallons was drained out of the well of the hydraulic lift, and another 30 to 35 gallons was drained after that. That's what the report said, Bill. So clearly there was more oil in that pit than 55 gallons.
Mayor, you should come over to the garage and I'd be glad to give you a tour of the issue.
I don't need a tour, Bill.
You're talking about groundwater that has resurcharged into the pit, and that is a process that we continue to drain. There's groundwater underneath that garage that flows along the rock formation that entire neighborhood sits on, so water seeps into the lift pit. We were taking water out of that pit as per the DEC's instructions, and we're capturing that water, we're saving it, we're doing everything by the rule and by the book that DEC has explained to us. I don't understand where all this is going.
I suppose time will tell, Bill. We're in the process
well, it sounds
of
like, Mayor, it sounds like, I'm not sure what your goal is here.
My goal is to get the information out to the public. Well, we have now allocated $200,000 of taxpayer money to a spill that I want to find out more information about.
Mayor, it was an equipment malfunction.
Thank you.
An equipment failure.
His name is Michael DiPietro.
Everything,
yes,
Billy,
I've been dealing with Michael.
Fine, he is the one who told me that there had been a previously hotline report about a spill with regard to that particular lift. His phone number is 623-1238.
Yeah, we've been discussing it there with him on every instance, and just let me inform you, and you're certainly aware of this, and every council member, every single document that we received from DEC was sent out to every council member here. Nobody's hiding anything. You make every attempt, every time we bring something to the table, make it look as if we're hiding something, we're doing something sneaky and secretive. Very secretive. That's your method. That's your method. Well, we have many a reason to believe your secretive meetings that you're having with many of those so-called, your movie maker here, and then the woman who got up and said that the grant, we're losing grant funding at the Art Council is nothing but another lie, and continue to bring up these lies to the people and the public. That's the attempt you're making, is to bring lies and distort the truth to the people of this community. I've been here 30 years and have never dealt with a mayor at this city council table. I sat here with Republican year after year. We had our difference of opinions. We had legitimate debates, but never had an attempt of somebody making every effort and every attempt to make like somebody is doing something wrong. And that's what you're doing. You're making every attempt to do that, meeting after meeting after meeting. Not just with me, with Commissioner Frank. Ever since somebody has announced that they're going to run for public office, you're making every attempt to do that. You made every attempt to do that since you threw Bill off the planning board. What your problem is beyond me, but I think maybe it's time you sought some help somewhere. You got a problem. So I got a motion on the floor and I call the question.
All in favor of amending the capital budget for the remediation work at the city garage?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion is carried.